Hey guys, this is Nicole Wagner, independent consultant with Rodan & Fields, and I'm super excited to show you how to use our Radiant Defense Perfecting Liquid to highlight and contour your face in a really easy, quick way. So I did another video, which I'll link below, but I already have my base on, which is a mix of sand and beige, and I'm going to highlight and contour with shell and almond. I personally like to have two brushes, because then I don't have to worry about cleaning them every day. I can just do it like once a week or once every couple days. And I have one for the darker contour. And then I have this one, which I've actually labeled light. My sweet friend, Alyssa, I don't know how you say your last name, Alyssa, Macchia. She's adorable. She sent me these so that I could label my brushes and keep which one was straight. So I actually have two for light, and then I keep this one for base or for dark or whatever. So don't be afraid to get two brushes. Okay, so I'm gonna take my light brush, and you can either use a Q-tip, you can use your finger, you can just dip straight into the brush. If you wanna keep it a little bit more controlled, I'm just gonna use actually my powder ink brush, and I'm gonna just grab it. And so I like to highlight down the bridge of the nose. I definitely go under the eye like this. And this is what I do on all my clients, you guys, and I always have. This is how I've highlighted, always. Okay, if you want to highlight the top of your lip or the bow, you can as well. If you want to do the center of your chin, you can. Okay, so there's my highlight. You don't need a lot. So this is my light, my brush that I've designated for my lighter colors. And I'm just going to go in, and remember I already have my base down. And I'm just going to kind of, I don't want to buff it out too much, because I do want it to highlight and stay there, so you can see that. So I'm just kind of gently blending it in. You can always layer this. If you get it in and you feel like you buffed it out too much and you can't really tell that it's highlighted, just go back, add a little bit more. Okay, so there's some highlight. I'll buff that out. My nose, I'm gonna go like this because I want to make sure it stays there. I like that you can use like the edge of this brush too. Okay, so there's my highlight. Now, and if I want a little bit more, if you're gonna need more, it's probably gonna be like up here, closer. The closer you get to this part is usually the darkest. So you can always go back and add just a little bit more. I like it to be really nice and bright right there in that inner corner. I think it just makes you look really awake and youthful. Okay, so same brush, I'll just kind of wipe it off. Now I'm gonna take the darker one, and we're gonna go, so you wanna go, unless you have a really short forehead or a really narrow forehead, then you don't wanna contour it. But if you have a normal forehead or a wider forehead, you definitely want to do a little bit of contouring at the hairline. So we're just gonna put some of this up there. And then you definitely wanna contour under your cheekbones, pretty much everybody. Unless you have really deep sockets under your cheekbones, you wanna do less, because you don't want that to look like so skinny, right? So usually the cheekbone lines up with the top of the ear. So you can go like that, but that usually just shows you more down here. If you wanna find where your cheekbone is up here, you'll be able to feel it. If you feel, you'll feel where it starts to sink in. So mine's like right there. And usually at a nice 45-degree angle, it'll line up with the top of your ear. So I'm just gonna do that. Right under there, same thing on this side. Okay, and then I have a very crooked nose, but I will, a very crooked nose. It's super hard to contour, but. Okay, so now I'm gonna take my brush that I'm gonna use for dark. I'm just gonna start up here, and I'm gonna brush this back towards my hairline. I definitely don't wanna be bringing it down, right? So always at the forehead here, brush it back up into the hairline. Plus, you don't wanna have like, see how it's a little bit lighter there? So make sure that that really like gets buffed in. And if I need to do, I definitely don't want that. See how it's a little lighter? So we're gonna add some up there. That's the worst if you have like a contour line and then it's like light and then your hair, you don't want that. So buff that in. Okay, so that looks good. Then same thing, we're gonna go under the cheek, and you wanna kind of come down and then also up, because you gotta think about, you're scooping under the cheek and lifting it, right? So what I see a lot of people do over the years is they either do this when they contour, or they just come down too low. If you come down too low, you guys, you actually start pushing it down. So now you're actually creating a jowl for yourself, which is what you don't want. So you've got to make sure that you kind of have this scoop. Think of it like a Nike swoosh. So it's kind of down and it's a little scoop up, okay? We want to make sure we keep that lifted. You can actually, I'll use my finger here. You can actually even make that pop more by taking some of your highlight color right underneath it. And then that will actually, this one you can go down because this is like your, so you can actually get a nice, you can go back and forth here just so there's like a soft edge. But so see how that makes that pop even more? So you can take your light and just kind of lift that. Okay, so then same thing on this side. Again, make sure it's the bottom edge of the brush so that you're not dragging it down and you're lifting and scooping. If you go like this, you'll usually see, you kind of got to purse your lips really hard and almost into a smile. You'll see that. You'll see that little scoop right under the apple of the cheek. Okay, that's where you want that to follow. So same thing. We'll just do a little bit of highlight underneath it to give that contrast, that pop. Make sure you blend those so you don't have an actual line, that it's subtle. Okay, so then for my nose, I'm gonna use the edge of the brush, okay? So I don't wanna spread this everywhere, so I'm gonna try to use this edge of the brush right here. And then I kind of pull it down. So I wanna keep that nice sharp edge, and then I wanna blend it down. Okay, so same thing on the other side. We're gonna switch the brush like this. Messy hair. And there you go. There is a contoured, highlighted face with our beautiful Radiant Defense. I hope you guys enjoyed that. You can share this with anybody that you wish if it helps you. And just remember to read the directions, read the label, and know that your results may vary from mine. Hope that was helpful. Have a great day, guys.